I saw on that list there was Crockie versus Cosolix.
Oh, yes, that's right.
That was going to have to happen.
Yeah, because Crockie beat Noel to be able to upset that. And that was definitely, Noel was definitely the higher seed in that case.
Oh, yeah.
So that means that a higher seed is now in the loser's bracket while Crockie moves forward. And this is going to be incredible because I don't know what Legend Crockie is going to play. I know that he's been favoring Scythe a ton. And then Cosolix, I am so excited to see play Scarlet.
Yeah, I mean, he's been talking about Scarlet. We've been seeing some Vrax from him.
There it is.
All right, no surprise, the Scarlet.
Wait. Crockie's on the Ada, though?
Ooh, the classic.
Wait, it's been a while since I've seen him break this out in tournament first.
The classic Croc. He is going for a little bit of that extra defense stance. I do not blame him. You don't want to run 3 armor against somebody like Scarlet.
This is going to be fun. We're going straight into game number 1 here at Miami Dome. I want to see if Cosolix does implement that new neutral sig into his play, but Cosolix was already such a strong Scarlet and Roland player in the first place.
I mean, he's just amazing at most Lance characters. We saw him pick up Vrax for a time in a lot of the off-season.
So already opening it up with that neutral sig, which, to comment a little bit about what we were talking about, it did get changed. It does hit a much larger area.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of players are talking about it and favoring it. It still requires... requires a little bit of intelligent use, and that is exactly what it is he's charging it up fully and hitting at the very edge of that hitbox. Crockie, however, not phased by the fact that move was connecting, and now trying to find out.
Dash off with it. I mean, that is in similar fashion to what we've seen him do with Roland before.
Yes.
Dashing off into the Lance down signature, except now it's the Scarlet Hammer, and he's sending you to the skies.
It's a fast move, too.
Yeah, it is a quick anti-air. One of the...
Let's see what Crockie is able to do to be able to counteract a lot of this, because I think Cosolix is going for, like, it's interesting to see that, like, while that's the move that's being used, he could be using a lot of moves to read similar situations.
Sure.
So I want to see how Crockie's going to be able to adapt to this. Nice little neutralite to balance that haymaker. The down stick, however, doesn't catch his Cosolix with 2 jumps upwards. But the ground pound, the Crockie copped with the classic.
Wow.
I love seeing that. You do not see a lot of spear players just ground pound into the ground anymore, and it's such a great option if you can get a solid read on somebody trying to dash through or underneath you.
Yeah, and you know what? I mean, that's just such a classic way to close it out.
But here's the terror. That was
getting
so close.
Right over that neutral signature. I mean, all of Scarlet's moves hit like a truck.
Yes.
But that one sends almost straight up, so it doesn't even matter where you are.
And this is what's terrifying about Cosolix, is that he is a Lance player by heart. So even though he was doing all of that originally on Hammer, now he's on the weapon that he's arguably better at.
Oh, yeah. Ooh!
And the neutral sig catching Crockie out of the gravity cancel neutral sig sends him flying.
The perfect answer.
Ooh, that dash jump side air goes from the neutral sig directly afterwards. Just flying around the rocket lance. Ooh, down air into neutral sig.
Ooh.
Crockie holding onto the guns here, trying to find something nice, little flunks there. And now that I think about it, this matchup's even worse for Ada because it's Scarlet. She has a lot of force.
Oh, yeah.
Crockie just dies, doesn't he?
Yep, I mean, Ada, lowest defense legend in the game, one of them, and Scarlet, one of the highest force legends in the game.
Ooh, that ground pound read coming out would have been so sick of a connect, and unfortunately Cosolix manages to dodge out of the way. Downlight into recovery. Oh, it drops.
Crockie steering just to the outside. But jumps up and gets caught by the Lance neutral signature.
You know, Cosolix is just sick at Scarlet in general. I've come to that conclusion.
His Lance is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, that's what he used to win DreamHack Austin
last year.
There's
that slide charge neutral sig from the Hammer. There's the neutral sig from the Lance. And then what do we got?
The neutral sig from the Lance.
Absolutely.
Let's go again. Yes.
And look at
no
the
escape.
reach is incredible. And I think that if Crockie makes the right adjustments to... He might feel very comfortable recovering high, but Scarlet as a character punishes people from trying to jump over her.
Yes.
So you could just go in fact, like, it's scary seeing that Lance rise that high, but you can literally just run underneath it and it's fine. I guess, like, the difference is that, like, if they have the Hammer, it might not be as easy, but then it's not reaching as far up, so then you could just recover above it like normal.
Right.
We're seeing Crockie make a switch to a legend that I think was more expected from, at least for me, to be what he would begin the set with, which is the Mirage that he worked with and had the most success with in 2018.
Yeah, I mean, he's rocking now. He's got that spear, similar to the Ada, but now he's trading out the guns for the Scythe. It's got a ton of great strings. I mean, incredible reach with that downlight. I think that's what he's really going to be looking for.
It makes a huge difference when you're trying to, like, because some players prefer their opponents on center stage to continue combo game. Other players prefer their opponents off stage.
Oh my
gosh! To do edge guarding, and Scythe has the ability to have you choose where you want to go, no matter where you hit them.
And I mean, we're going back to Miami Dome.
That is surprising because those platforms Crockie trying to recover those platforms is a large reason why he died to Lance neutral sig.
Yeah, and I mean, the fact that this stage is so small compared to all the others.
I think very few Legends have a neutral sig that can kind of reach the same amount of area as Scarlet does. I mean, we saw it earlier with Boomy with the Diana neutral sig. It did the same thing.
Whoa! Charging that down signature, just hiding in the sand.
Ooh, and that neutral sig forcing Crockie to dodge all the way through it, but not being able to punish it. Cosolix decently behind here at the beginning of this game. And you see that Crockie is actually appropriately adapting to the hammer neutral sig. That one manages to clip him as he tries to go above it. But most of these he's been dodging in place are dodging through, and it's not working, and that side sig might actually just do it. No, okay. Cosolix manages to make it back. Now both players trying to sort of use their respective element. Right, we've got the steam from Scarlet and the sand from Crockie and the Mirage, trying to get through each other to get the first KO. D-Light Sarah,
great
option. Yes, and that is perfect for somebody who's using a lot of moves that puts you in that space. The downlight from the spear is such a great combo starter too.
Ooh, Crockie really hunting for these signatures now.
Oh, that down sig, however. The steam is staying in flying. Oh, it happens again. The very end of the neutral sig. It lingers long enough, but it's still strong. It's not a sour spot. You have to respect where the lance actually is. If you touch that weapon, you will die. And Crockie has done that consecutively the last 3 stocks he's lost, but an amazing, there's that ground pound from the spear, just like he did in game number 1, coming out here in game number 2, much closer this time.
All right, Crockie now has the lance. This is where you're going to be looking for any kind of crazy string. Oh, going for the dodge read, but Cosolix not falling for it.
That neutral sig from the Scarlet just seems to be like a matchup problem at this point because he is landing into the edge of that move so much. It's like, I have this feeling that he thinks it's done, jumps forward into it, and then gets hit.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of that. I mean, now we've seen him kind of jumping around to the back side of it, getting around that lance, and that's the punish angle that he's looking for.
Oh, and the ground pound connects. Can you wait it out? He does not get hit. See, there's a clever, or not clever, but like a unique option for edge guarding a lance, and that is getting hit by the recovery.
Oh, yeah.
Because that stops it from moving. However, the lance recovery also kills. So it's risky depending on your percent.
Yeah.
Crockie opted not to do it, and so Cosolix managed to be able to get back. And
oh my gosh! Send him off the side, charge that up. Wow, Crockie falling
that stock
down
is gone
to Cosolix.
in 10 seconds. That
I mean,
was incredible.
That's what you see whenever you've got a master lance player that takes you off stage.